Hey guys, welcome back. Today Tonto and I are going to take a quick little walk in the shade, and well, when we get back home I'm going to show you where I put all those tomatoes. But I know you guys love Tonto more than me, and you like to see him in the videos because I get lots of comments on Tonto. So here he is on this morning walk. Anyways, I'm glad you're here, and we're going to do this quick little walk, get back home. You'll be surprised where I put all these tomatoes. All right, Tonto, let's keep going. Come on. Yeah, Cece's a dog he wants to play with. Now, because of the HOA, I'm not allowed to have any vegetable plants in my front or side yards, except in my approved side yard garden that was approved December of 2022, right after I started my channel. And actually, that's the reason I started my channel, because I was so mad the day I got the letter from the HOA saying, you can't have a garden. You definitely can't have a garden in your front yard or your side yard or any vegetable plants at all. So that is what started this whole journey of YouTube and gardening, and Tonto appearing quite often. My dog mace on the ready because, well, two different people have their dogs, over here buddy, running loose at large. And I know Tonto looks like a big scary boy, and he weighs about 105 to 110 pounds, but he is a lover, not a fighter, and he has been bullied before. He just wants to play. He just wants to have friends, but not everybody wants to be a friend. I always think of Tonto as like Ferdinand the dog, Ferdinand the bull. I actually wish we had named him Ferdinand, because he has that personality. He will just be happy to lay in the clover and watch the bees try to capture them. I mean, he is just a very easygoing dog, very affable. He loves other dogs so much, and just a sweet little boy. Copperheads all through here, so I try to keep him on the trail, but he is a big boy. He can pull me. The funny thing is, I used to have a big dog fear, pretty severe, and Tonto has helped me get over that. We have had him for almost 6.5 years, and I can be around big dogs now. It's quite amazing, really. I used to be afraid to walk certain neighborhoods in the past before we had Tonto, because I'd be afraid of a big dog. His friends that he's played with in the past quite a bit are two giant Newfoundlands that are 200 pounds each. I have been stuck in the middle of all three. So now when loose dogs come running at us, which has only happened, a couple different times where we've had really aggressive dogs loose that have come charging, I worry about him. I worry about protecting him. Yeah, careful boy. And so I do carry the dog mace. It's supposed to be safe for dogs. It just kind of disturbs them a little and makes them stop and kind of back away from whatever's going on. So we just had an encounter with a dog that didn't want to be friendly. Tonto did want to be friendly, so he's waiting for him to come back. Tonto, he's gone, buddy. Come on. Honestly, I've had more encounters with golden doodles being aggressive. Home. Cookie? Tonto, let's go, buddy. Tonto, please. So from the beginning, 6 years ago, we started being very social with Tonto when he was a puppy, to keep him very conditioned to being around people, dogs, kids, everywhere we would take him. And I started going to dog parks when he was old enough, and that was a scary, scary experience for me, to get kind of desensitized to big dogs and little dogs. And I had a really bad experience when I was about 10. Come on, buddy, let's go. I had a big Doberman Pinscher just burst out of someone's house as I was walking down the sidewalk with my friend, and just burst out of their door and charged up on me, and pinned me with his front paws. His paws were on my shoulders. His face, his mouth, his teeth were right in front of my face. And I froze. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't move. I couldn't breathe. Couldn't scream. It was so terrifying. And what seemed like forever before the owner came out and pulled the dog off of me. But that experience is what did it for me for like many decades. Even talking about it now, my heart rate is like racing, and I'm like breathing heavy, and I'm like feeling panicked. But yeah, so Tonto really changed all that. I can walk now by myself with him and not be afraid, for the most part, of other dogs. I just have that little dog mace with me. And yeah, I have no fear of Tonto at all. He is the most gentle little thing. He wants his cookie. I could probably take this out of his mouth once it's in there, and he would not even care. Here, boy. I'm not going to do it because that's not kind. Quick little dog fear story and little history on Tonto and how he has improved our lives in so many ways, but made it more difficult in so many ways because he has severe separation anxiety. Like, he has to be with mom all the time. If I leave him, he howls, he cries, he whimpers, he won't drink, he won't eat. For his breed, really the best treatment is another one just like him. I don't think my husband wants to do that though, but it would help. He would probably be able to be left home alone without any anxiety. So we have to scramble to get people to watch him. And since COVID, he was used to being home alone for short periods, very short periods here and there. But since then, when we were all home for so long together, it's like nearly impossible to leave him. Sometimes the neighbor helps Kenya with her dog Pepper, but he still is very needy when he's there. So what is Tonto? He is basically a designer mixed breed with a lot of northern dogs, like Inuit type dogs. So really, this is not the best location for him. It is humid, it is hot, and I'm sweating right now. So we're gonna get home. Tonto's gonna get some water in the car, and then I'll cool off, get a little lunch, cool off. Then him and I will get back outside and show you those tomatoes. And we're back home, and this is the martingale collar. So it is just regular fabric. It does have the chain in the front, so when he starts to pull, if he pulls while we're walking him, it will tighten up slightly. It'll also make a noise, so he knows it's going to tighten, and it does tighten a little, but it'll never get to the point of choking the dog. It's just a gentle squeeze on the neck. It's not a choke. It's not a complete closure of this. It's just a noise and then a gentle squeeze, because he is the same weight as my youngest. He's a powerful dog, very strong, and this helps us control him on walks, but it's not painful for him at all. Let's go check on our tomatoes. Ooh, it's nice and hot out here. Okay. So, let me see. We've got Mountain Princess here. You can see it's hot. It's drooping. Even though we've had tons of rain. I mean, this soil is so moist. It is moist. But it is just really, that sun is intense. So Mountain Princess, silvery fur. And then I've got another Mountain Princess here on this side. And then this is a Pepper. And this is Geranium Kiss. And we got another Pepper back here. Uh-oh. Sorry, guy. Sorry. Oh, I hurt him. So this, one of them is Sweet Sunset, and one of them is something else. Totally don't remember. I'll try to put it on the screen. I'll have to go through my camera roll and figure that out. Oh, okay. So the sun is not here right now on this part of the deck. This will be nice and cool. These are my big slicers. My part sun big slicers. So I got some in a different location as well, but we've got Pineapple, we've got Big Daddy, and we've got Granny Cantrell, which is this one. I know because I left the tag in there. And there's one more big slicer. Let me think. I'm gonna have to pause. Okay, so I put a picture there of when I planted them. Whitmore is the fourth big slicer. So 3 reds, well, maybe 2 reds, 1 pink, and a pineapple, which is, you know, an orangish color. And these will be the big beefsteak type tomatoes. These tomatoes are also in containers. So I'm going to do a video next week on tomatoes in container care. But these guys are looking really good. I've been having to kind of trellis them up as they go. And they're just really looking good. And then right behind them, I have one container that has 2 shishito peppers. And then one container over there that has 2 of the Sweet Summer Sunset. It's either Sweet Sunset or Sweet Summer Sunset. And then I have 2 Tiny Tims. And I did have 1 or 2 Geranium Kiss up on the upper deck. I didn't say that, I can't remember. I think I did though. Here's a nice little sucker for extra growth here. This, you could clone this plant by just pinching that off and rooting it in water. But I'm not going to do that right now. This pepper is another pepper, and I cannot remember. I'm hoping I took pictures. Otherwise, we're going to, like, pictures of what I planted. Sometimes I do that. If I did not, we're going to have to wait and see what kind of fruit we get. And then this is a gypsy pepper. That was one of my overwintered peppers from last year. It's looking nice. And then over on the green stalk, we'll just start on this one. I have 2 new big dwarf tomatoes on the bottom. Or do I have 3? Let me look. I think I just have 2. But he looks really happy. He's looking healthy. He should only get to about 2.5 feet max, but we'll see. Just really looking good. And then 3 of the Podopinos here on the top. And it does look like they've got some flea beetle damage, which is not ideal, but we'll have to work around that. And then this green stalk has an eggplant, or 2. Let me see if I put 2 on this tier. I think I only put 1. That's right, the other one had some issues. And then I've got 3 of Geranium Kiss on the bottom. And then I have 3 Tiny Tim on the top here. And look at that. Just look at all those blossoms. Now, I've heard it doesn't taste the best, but it's just so productive. I'm going to give it a little shake for some pollination there. Wow, look at all those flowers. That is just incredible. Of course, Tonto is over there digging. That is a bad boy. Why, Tonto? Why? 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 That dog, I tell you. Okay, so down here I've got 4. Actually, I've got 4 tomatoes up here. So I have, I've got a Moon Glow, which this is Artisan Blush. I've got an Artisan Blush, a Moon Glow, and a Black Creme. And then I also have a Legend, which is part of the tomato dwarf project. So he should get about 3 to 4 feet tall. Look at the pretty red bee balm. I'm getting ready to relocate it and or give it away because, excuse me, Tonto, because it's getting powdery mildew here in the part sun. So it's pretty bad, actually. We're going to move it up to full sun, and then this whole bed will be just pole beans this year. But I love these red flowers. Okay, so here we got another Black Creme. Honestly, this one looks better than the other one I just showed you. So Black Creme, I like to do purple tomatoes in my more shaded spots. And I've got an eggplant here all by itself, eggplant here, and this is a glacier tomato. You can see it's got a different type of leaf, like a potato leaf. And well, we got a few more tomatoes to go look at. What you looking at, bunny? The flowers? You like the flowers? Yeah. Okay. Kohlrabi and cucumber, red cabbages, and cucumbers here on this fence too. Oh my. I have got to go do something immediately. Look at those peppers. These are all California Wonder, but they are being eaten alive. That looks horrible. Okay. So here are my big slicers, the same 4 that we had on the deck. So we've got Whitmore, Big Daddy, Granny Cantrell, and Pineapple. And they are looking really nice. Really nice. Squash there. These are all cherry tomatoes. I've got Berries Crazy, Atomic Grape, Brad's Atomic Grape, Sun Sugar Cutting that I rooted, and then 2 of the Super Sweet 100s. Over there, in the very, very back, in planters that are behind the trellis, I've got a Queen of the Night, and then I've got a pepper that is, I think that's a sweet banana pepper. Yes. And then next to the broccoli, there are 2 Artisan Blush. And then I got another Moon Glow and a Black Creme. And then over in this container, right over here, that is indigo blue. So I'm trying to give him as much sun as possible. Another pepper, another eggplant, an eggplant that needs help. And I think I need to really do some work on this container. I think there's something wrong with the soil. Here is the indigo blue again. And oh, here's the geranium kiss. And I've got an Ace 55. Another pepper. Another overwinter gypsy pepper. 3 Jimmy Nardellos right in here. They look really good. They've grown so much in just a week or so. And then I've got another silvery fir back in here. It is growing wild. I've got to get it trellised. I was kind of waiting until after the HOA came this week to trellis it so that I don't have a big trellis here. 3 peppers. One is a Carolina. Well, I've got 2 Carolina Wonder, 1 California Wonder. It's kind of like an experiment. Then I've got another Queen of the Night and another indigo blue. And then over in this container with the Sweet Alyssum, I've got 3 poblanos. That's another experiment bed as well. It's an example of the bee balm growing in full sun. You can see the leaves look totally different. Gosh, I love this plant. This is just beautiful. So pretty. So pretty. Okay, some more peppers back in here. Let's see. Yeah. So another little guy. And another pepper. I don't remember the names, guys. I'll try to put it on the screen. I really need to figure out who is who. And then another pepper here in this container next to the mountain mint. And then in these containers, I've got hot Hungarian pepper on the left, my overwintered jalapeno in the middle, and then on the far right is, I think, serrano. Yes, that is exactly what that is. And then I have a few poblanos right over here. And then I have 1 indigo blue right there. And that's all, guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'm going to take the time to label the peppers so I know exactly where everything is in my garden. Hope you're having a great gardening week. Bye.